It's so wonderful to have you here. Welcome to Korean Gut Healing Masterclass. We're gonna start right on the dot at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time because I want to honor people who are coming from all over the world, and it's awesome. And I'm so excited for your transformation. So before we start, we still have a few minutes to mingle. So type in where you're from so we can get to know each other. Type in where you're from and say hello. Where are you from? And what you're looking into learning today. We're gonna learn a lot about gut healing, anti-inflammatory foods, and what are particular things you're looking forward to learning today. So you can type in and say hello. Say hello from where you're from. I know we had quite many people signed up, saved a seat for Korean Gut Healing Masterclass, and I was really stunned that people are literally from all over the world, from a lot of people from United States and Canada and Europe, Asia. So I was quite surprised. I'm always honored. So where are you from? Type in the chat box, and this will give me some energy. And I'm gonna start at 11 a.m. Promptly. So we have a few minutes just get to know each other. So hello, this is Tessa from Argentina. Oh my God, living in Dallas, Texas. That's awesome. Thanks for saying hello, Tessa. That's awesome. Luis, hello from Florida. That's awesome. Cool. That's a beautiful name, but I don't want to mess it up. Let me try. Nalini. You have to forgive me if I butchered your name. I'll fix it another time. From India. That's awesome. Wow. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we are truly global community here. I'm super excited to share this gut healing information with you. Is there any particular thing there? Oh, hello from Hawaii. TM. That's awesome, man. I wanted to go Hawaii so badly. I just started learning surfing, and I heard that it's the easiest place to learn how to surf. So I want to go there. So that's my probably next vacation destination. That'll be awesome. So that's awesome. Thanks for saying hello, everybody. That's really wonderful. That gives me a lot of energy. So we're gonna start at 11 a.m. sharp Pacific Standard Time because I know some of you it's late for you for some of you, and it's Saturday, so you're taking your precious time coming to your own health. So I want to honor that. So thanks for saying hello, and I'm gonna have a huge Q&A session at the end. So if you have any questions as they come up, just type in, and I may not answer it right away, but I'll go through it at the end. And if I miss it at the end, Q&A section that I miss your question, then just let me know. Can everybody hear me fine? Is audio sound good? Do I look good? And I'm sure you're looking beautiful behind this green dot. Cool. All right, so we got 1 more minute left. So that's cool. So we got people from Dallas, Texas, Luis from Florida, Tessa, and we got a beautiful person from India and Hawaii. That's awesome. So aloha, right? All right, here we are. Let's get started. We are here on the dot. Okay, so at the end of this masterclass, I'm gonna give a super secret segment. So hang around. This is my save you. Will probably save you 60 years of your pain and the hidden dangers behind gut healing and Korean anti-inflammatory diet. So stick around. That big super secret segment is coming at the end, and this has the power. What you're gonna learn today has the power to transform your health, therefore transform your life. So if you're watching this phone, don't turn the phone off. But if you're not watching on the phone, if you're watching on the computer, turn your phone off and turn all the distraction off. If you're distracted, you cannot get the most out of it. Throughout the years that I've been teaching people about gut health and anti-inflammatory foods, people get the most out of it when they focus. So I shared a little sheet with you yesterday. So if you have it, taking a note because I might give you a little quiz and give you a little surprise bonus. See how it goes. All right. So as the questions come up, type them as you have them so I can answer them for you at the end. So we're gonna go deep dive in gut healing and Korean anti-inflammatory diet. So why am I doing this? So in 2014, when I started Hungry Gopher, I had no idea I'll be teaching gut healing food and about gut health. But after getting 6 million views on YouTube and getting so much feedback and beautiful comments just by implementing just a couple of recipes and healthy wellness tips that I provided, just small pieces, nuggets of it, people are getting amazing results. And I got so much comments and emails and feedback from you guys that I finally decided to go deep dive into this. So in 2015, something very unexpected happened. The company, in 2014, the company I worked for went bankrupt. That's why I started Hungry Gopher. In 2015, I got so sick when my steroids that I relied on for 3 decades stopped working. My inflammation was so bad that my joint and muscle pains were really bad, especially knee pains. And I had skin flare-ups that my face was red and raw. And the scalp was so dry. I was really feared to go out in public. I was ashamed. And I was so tired because I couldn't sleep well. And I started just yelling at my husband for no reason. And that man suffered a lot. So out of desperation, because the magic medicine steroid stopped working after 30 years of using it, I decided to, I had no other options. Out of desperation, I did in-depth research, and the research led me to the connection between inflammation, gut health, and immune system. So when you eat something that is highly inflammatory, that raises inflammation in the body, because inflammation is the response of your body to trying to protect you. So when I actually implemented that, just simple things, at first, it seems almost impossible to follow the whole regimen of removing the anti-inflammatory foods. And I'll go about that in super secret segment. You don't have to go crazy like that. It took me 6 years to learn it, so you get shortcuts from me. But by implementing just a few things from that, I had amazing results. I was able to get off steroids for the first time in my life, and my joint and muscle pain was relieved so much, and I had a burst of energy. Just trying it after a week, I could notice the difference of my skin. And my husband noticed that my mood improved a lot because I stopped yelling at him for no reason. And I just sprung out of bed, and it was amazing. So I was hooked. So I started sharing this information with people, and some people started getting some amazing results by just implementing the small nuggets of that I shared. But this is 2017. So I was into anti-inflammatory diet for about 2 years at this point. Then 2017 came, and my mother got so sick with severe back pain. And she went to see numerous doctors, and the doctors told her that only option for her is to get surgery. And she couldn't even stand up straight for a couple of hours when she woke up in the morning. And she just lost her smile. It was just so difficult to watch her. But I was hanging on there because she lives in Korea by herself, and I'm here in Southern California. I just wanted to be there for her, and I called her every week, and she didn't smile for a long time. And one time, I talked to her on the phone, and she shared the story that she just went to see a gynecologist, and her doctors told her that she was so inflamed that they literally had to chisel some things out of her. And I just lost it on the phone. I just wailed like a little child because I just couldn't stand it. I was taught to me not to show my emotion because I was born and raised in Korean household in Korea. But at that moment, I just lost it. I wailed like a little child. And somehow that shifted something in my mother that she said, I want I want to come to see your new house, and I want to be well enough to fly from Seoul, Korea to California. And she did. She implemented a few things that I shared about Korean anti-inflammatory diet to heal her gut. And she did. And she was well enough to fly from Seoul, Korea to California. So in 2017, we tried 30-day full-on anti-inflammatory eating for 30 days together because her mobility was really limited back then, and her mood wasn't very good because she was so tired and she was in so much pain. I mean, you guys can relate to that, right? How many times have you yelled at someone like that you live with that just because you're so sick? You just can't help it, right? Yeah, mind, immunity are connected. Yeah, range, good point. When mind gets disrupted, yeah. And that's what she said. She told me later. She didn't even tell me back then but now she told me that back then she felt so empty. She didn't. Her quality of a life was just gone basically. She had no social life and she felt lonely. And I was here. So when she came, it was amazing. We tried that anti-inflammatory regimen for 30 days. Just for after a week, her energy soared and she laughed. She laughed, guys. Like I was just like, oh my God, my mind is laughing again. That's fantastic. So that was wonderful. And just by doing 30 days, when she went back to Korea, she had a lot of acid reflux problems, indigestion. Man, she vomited a lot. And her doctors warned her many times about gastritis problem when she was in Korea. And they warned her about pre-diabetic. When she went back to Korea, she just got regular blood checkup. Her pre-diabetic was gone. And just a month ago, when I talked to her, we were like, wow, can you believe how well you are now? Because she continued to improve. It's a long-lasting results. And she continues to improve. And she said she just went up to get a regular checkup. And they did, I forgot the name, but you know how they check your intestine, and her gastritis is gone. Like the doctor was amazed, like, what did you do? It's so clear now. And so that's the power of it, that long-lasting result that you can continue to improve your health. So where she is now is, well, she goes hiking with her friends. They're 10, 20 years younger than she is. She tells me that she can hang out with her friends. They are same age. And Korea is, if you know, it's very age restrictive. If you're 1 year older than someone, that the hierarchy changes. But she says she cannot hang out with her same age group anymore because they're boring and they don't have energy. And she's bobbing and weaving and she's cooking, and so she's living it up. And good news, she took her friends, they're a lot younger than she is, and in Korea they call them 동생, specific like different title. She took them out for pizza for her birthday. That's how well she is. So it's not about restrictive diet. You can range it very good point. Eat broccoli, walnuts, fresh berries. I love that. You're already on it. That's good. Eating healthy food is very, very important. But I'll tell you in the secret segment the hidden dangers of overdoing it. That's where I got stuck in 2018 for 18 months. Too sick to work to 18 months. If you've been following me for a long time, that's when I was gone from Hungry Buffer because I couldn't work. I was just too sick. So that's where we are. And I'm going to reveal that hidden danger at the super secret segment at the end. So stick around. And so are you guys ready to learn a little science behind why this is working so well? All right, say yes if you're ready, because I need some yeses here. Overall, I mean, you guys are wonderful. I'm so glad you guys are like sharing your information and what you know and where you're from. It's awesome. Golden, something that's awesome. But it really energizing because what I'm doing here is like sitting in my room alone and looking at the dots. So it's awesome. When someone responds, I'm like, oh, I got someone. That's cool. Oh, Renji, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. All right, you guys are ready. Rock and roll. I'm ready to share with you. This is so much fun. This has the power to break the vicious cycle that you're on. All right, cool. So you guys see it here? I know it. Can you see this? Let me see if I can get a little bit further. Can you see the drawing? Awesome. Cool. So it's all based on science called epigenetics. Type in yes. How many of you heard of epigenetics before? Type in yes if you have. If you haven't, just let me know that you never heard of it. I guess only time. I cannot wait to see you guys in person. That'll be so nice. So we do more than typing, right? I know you guys are beautiful, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you. But here we got the next best thing. We're doing it online. Yes. Oh, you heard of it. So you guys are very educated. That's awesome. So epigenetics. So I'm gonna go briefly over this for people who doesn't know, because some people didn't say yes. So we don't want to leave no one behind. Yes, have. Oh, awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are so well educated. I know you guys are resourceful, which is really, really cool. So epigenetics means epi means above. So currently we believe that the genes determine your health, but that's a myth. Genes don't. Only 1% of the population have truly genetic problems. So where that puts you? You're in the beautiful 99%. So you determines how your genes will be expressed based on what you do every day. Oh, Luis, never heard of it. That's a good thing. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't heard of it, here's the jackpot for you. Such empowering science. That's a new science that's been around for like about 40 years. But you know how it moves, right? The new concept. So the good news is that, so in the nutshell, I call this the golden circle of wellness in the nutshell. All right, let's do it here. Okay. Your genes are inside of you, and there's beautiful you, and what's outside is environment, right? So how do you change the expression of your genes? How does environment determines how your gene will be expressed, right? That's a curious question. So what's in the environment? Let's go over that. Well, we have delicious food that we all enjoy eating. And if you're here, I'm sure you're a fan of eating, and I'm a huge fan of food. And so food, kimchi. So this specific training is mainly focused on food, but little more than that. That's why it's called formula. And there's a community that people hang out with. So think about that when you hang out with somebody that you just sometimes, I mean, everybody experienced it. That if you hung out with someone that they they're just a downer, right? Then you just don't feel good. It feels like after you hang out with the person, like I don't know what it is. I'm tired. I almost need a nap. So raise your hand, typing yes if you've experienced that. So community is hugely important. You want to hang out with people like Renji here, that huge, thank you, Renji. I'm sure your smile is lovely too. I see that emoji. So I know your smile. So that's awesome. So that that community is very important. That's why you're hanging out at Kangugopro. You watch empowering videos. Your genes will express differently. And there's air you breathe, the water you drink, and fun that you have. How about that? Fun. Well, laughter is a great immune enhancer and gut health enhancer that it's great for heart. Some medical doctors, they're specialized in heart. They actually use laughter to improve their patient's health. So how about that as your epigenetics, right? Pretty cool, right? Amazing. That's why I'm smiling a lot, because I'm happy. So that's where it's at. So what does that mean to you when you implement anti-inflammatory foods? Meaning you're gonna take out some highly inflammatory foods that, at least for temporarily, it depends on, but it's a myth that most people that I know, since I've been doing anti-inflammatory diet from 2015, it's not a diet, it's a feast. I eat like a sumo wrestler, really. So the diet is a wrong name, but I don't know what else to call it. So let's say anti-inflammatory eating. It's a lot of people that because I've been doing this since 2015, and they're stuck there because when you're on any hard restrictive diet, could be elimination diet, anti-inflammatory diet, keto diet, vegan, plant-based diet, what else is there? Antihistamine diet, autoimmune diet, keto, anything that's super restrictive, that has merit to it because it's removing top 3, in my opinion, most highly inflammatory foods. All of them do. Why? I go in there in a little bit. But the kicker is this. When you do that, so you get amazing results like I did for 2 years, 3 years actually. My skin, I got clear, beautiful skin, and I felt more youthful than ever before, even though I was going through menopause. I had surge of energy. I'm laughing and I'm joking at my husband more than ever before. I'm like dancing in front of him, and he's like, "What is this woman? What's going on with this menopausal woman?" Right? So you're right. Randy got it right on the money. You got it. You got it. It's not just a diet. It's a pure, clean lifestyle. Pure, clean lifestyle is very important, but pure and clean in moderation. That's what I'm going to talk about. Because living a little dirty can be fun sometimes, right? Who likes to drink cocktail over the weekend? I know. I know, I do. So that's very important, that moderation, but it's not a joke. That's a hidden danger. I'm going to go into that at the super secret segment. Okay, so does this make sense to you? Is this clear how you have the power to turn your good genes on and suppress the genes that might express disease? This way you can actually heal while you're healing your gut, you're eating delicious food, and you actually heal the things, not only you, but things around you. Well, one example, Tessa, I agree. Okay, if it doesn't make sense to you, ask me a question because I'm gonna go more in depth in this. If it does make sense, type in yes, so I know you understand. I really want you to understand this concept because that is the foundation of what I'm gonna teach you. It's very important that you understand. So if you understand, give me emoji or yes, whatever it is. I love that Randy is giving me a lot of emoji. I love that. That's cool. So if you understand it, if you have any questions, let me know. So that's the empowering science. So highly inflammatory food. So who wants to know top 3 most awesome? Okay, you guys are smart. Okay, Cersei Carr. Okay, hopefully I said it right. She understood. That's awesome. Okay, you guys understood. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, do you want me to tell who wants to know top 3 highly inflammatory foods to avoid? Do you want me to go over it now or save it for another time? Because I know I'm not trying to wrap it up in an hour. You guys some of you are you're busy, it's your Saturday. So, but I want to give you as much as possible without overwhelming you. So I want to know. Okay, all right, let's go with that. I think that's really great. Okay, so let me give you a nutshell of if you have some of you are very new to this, that you just learned about anti-inflammatory foods that can actually heal your chronic health problems, such as joint problems. If you can't, you'll improve your mobility because your back pain will be gone. Like it's so that's the power. Your skin will clear for the first time with a harsh medication. That's what happened to me. So it's very powerful. But when you have any diet like this, it works out so well that some people get really scared of food that raise inflammation in the body. So let me give you why so many why anti-inflammatory diet, in my opinion, is the best because the foundation of it is lowering chronic inflammation. And that's if you have chronic illness, you can look it up, Google Doc, Dr. Google that any chronic illness is related. There's a correlation between chronic inflammation and chronic illnesses. So if you're suffering from diabetics, heart problems, and skin problems, back pain, if you've been suffering from that, if it's not acute one, if your leg broke, that's got nothing to do with chronic inflammation, all right? But if you have prolonged illness, that has something to do with chronic inflammation. Okay, so let me explain top 3 most dangerous food that you should avoid. Okay, you see a little, you remember food pyramids back in school? You know how you learn about food pyramid? Typing yes. All right, barefoot knit. All right, you made it. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you came. That's cool because I'm gonna give you a super secret segment at the end. That's not gonna be in the play because I wanna honor you guys who are here and committed. Okay, so we are here for top 3 most highly anti-inflammatory food. What's at top of the food pyramid? Okay, who are good in school? I was really bad at school. Because school is boring, right? Okay, cool. So meat, not so here's the meat. Some people say meat is bad, like chicken, cows, pig, pork. Beef is bad. That's not so. Depends on the quality of meat. Very, very important. We're talking quality here. Quality is more important than category of food. That's what I found out over the 6 years. And yeah, right? Yeah, school is boring. So we're not schooling. We're just partying. We're just learning is so much fun because it's exciting. So if you're eating, it's not, hello there, bro. Thanks for saying hello. That's awesome. You guys are so friendly. That's cool. See, that's a power of community. It's a warm welcome community we have here. That's why I love you guys. Cool. So the meat, so if you're vegan and vegetarian, if you're going to plant-based diet, meaning you're going to remove meat, right? Conventionally, most of the meat out there in the market is factory farmed, factory raised meat. They eat all GMOs, mostly GMO, vegetarian fat, genetically modified GMO, in other words. That's what they eat. So what happens if they eat something that they never designed to eat or they didn't really see? GMOs are very, very new to our body. Homo sapiens have 150,000 years of evolution behind us. We got innate intelligence in us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. That's the proof that we are designed to stay healthy and get healthier. But when you eat that animal that's been factory farmed and they smell different, they don't exercise and animal, right? We're animals. So walking around, moving, we're designed that way. That's a way to detoxify. So if there's some little toxin comes in, not a big deal. If your gut is healthy and immune system is strong, because we are designed to fight that and thrive in the environment that we're in. So when you remove that, if it's a plant-based vegan diet and other elimination diet, they're calling for, even paleo diet, they're usually calling for organic, high quality meat. So when you have that, you get amazing results. I've seen some amazing things happening. I've seen people reverse MS. I've seen people reversing arthritis. I've seen people walking again. It's awesome. It works. But the danger of that, I'll talk about the hidden danger in the super secret session. So that's if you're eating conventionally raised meat, that's red flag right there. So remove that. Do I eat meat? Yes, I do. A lot of meat. I love chicken wings. And steak. My husband is from Ohio. He loves grilling. I love his grilled food. Well, we actually invest in buying food that's properly raised. We either go to farmers market, or you can even raise your chicken, or even just getting some organic stuff from the grocery store. They will help you. They'll get you far, far. And if you're a vegetarian, vegan, if you're still getting good result, that's cool. Stay with that. That's cool. While you're getting good result, that's good. So where you're, it's good. Everybody's at a different line, different process, and different journey at it. So that's number one. And what's the other one? Maybe it's here. Processed food, highly processed food. Just do me a favor when you order Chinese to go, whatever, and like I love dining too. So yesterday I ordered some Taiwanese food, and I mean Thai food. It was delicious, and I'm not worried about it anymore. But when I look at the package, soy sauce package on the bag, I mean there's no soy in it. It's it's a concoction of chemicals, but it's like that. Pretty much everything you buy when you have highly processed food, it's full of food additives, preservatives, and sugar, refined sugar, and really cheap oil, and that's highly inflammatory. So those are the things you have to avoid. And when you take them out, you're gonna see amazing result. And you know what? Milk too, right? Milk can be very inflammatory. But if you really love milk, have some milk. Have organic. Better yet, if goat milk will be a little better for you. So those are the things, nitty gritty parts I'm gonna share. If you wanna go more deeper, learning, deep dive into this, that's nitty gritty part that I'm gonna share, because it's really not just one food. It's like, oh, that's, don't eat meat, don't drink milk. It's not like that. It's not that simple. All right. So does that make sense so far? The highly inflammatory food and the region you have to take them out. And if you have highly inflammatory condition, does this make sense? Processed food, main trigger. Yeah, Renji, you're right on the money. That Renji, you're very educated. All right, good milk is just a miracle. Yeah, I didn't have milk for 3.5 years because my food allergies skyrocketed. Now I do, but it's, yeah, just having goat milk again was, yeah, it was a miracle. That's awesome. So all right, we are back here again. So what does that look like to in your daily life when you have how to turn on the epigenetics, how to turn on good genes and turn down bad genes by just adding some delicious food. And I'm here. Adding some delicious food and take out some foods that's highly inflammatory. How do we do that? So let me go in nitty-gritty part of just giving you a very simple, quick 2 recipes here. So one of the things people talk about, my pleasure, Angie, you're very welcome, that people really worry about, oh, it's going to be restrictive, it's going to be hard to find the ingredients. It's not that, because cooking is all about creativity, and recipe is just someone's ideas, and I got a lot of ideas. I know you guys are creative, so I'm gonna just show you one example of what this idea looks like. So that's 10-minute water kimchi. That literally takes 10 minutes to make. And this one over here on the screen right is, what's that made of? Can you guess? That's made with watermelon rind, because that's all I had. That's what I made it with. So the quick recipe on that is super simple. You get 6 cups of water. You might want to write it down. 6 cups of water, 5 teaspoons of sea salt. You can use just regular table salt if you have it. Lacto fermentation is super forgiving, because that great lactobacillus bacteria, probiotic, is your gut healing best friends. You want to eat those every day, at least a couple of times a week. But again, don't obsess about it. I'm going to tell you about that, the super secret section. All right. And this one, I just made it with onion and daikon. And this one, just regular American radish, because that's what I had. And how to make this kimchi? You have 6 cups of water. Put that in a jar or whatever container you have. Empty pickle jars are great. And 5 teaspoons of coarse sea salt, and 5 teaspoons of sugar. Yes, I'm using sugar sparingly for cooking, but especially for kimchi, you know, those fabulous lactobacilli bacteria, that good for you gut bacteria, they actually convert sugar into lactic acid. Magic, right? So fermentation like that makes food less toxic and more digestible. That's why it's so good for you for detoxifying and improving your gut health. Sure, I can explain it again. Oh, okay, range is right now. So okay, let me go over that. I may have gone over that a little too quick because I've been making kimchi so long. My bad. All right. So here's how you do it. So you have a if you have a pickle jar, just whatever container you got, use that. Non-plastic is better, but plastic is all you got. Just use it. Don't worry about it. Start simple. So you have 6 cups of water and 5 teaspoons of coarse sea salt, or even table salt if you don't have sea salt, and 5 teaspoons of sugar, and add it there, and mix it all together, making a brine, and add whatever vegetable you want. All right. Let me show you the example again. So examples here: onions and watermelon rind. This one right here. Hi, hello. Oh, 언니. Oh, hey, 동생. That's awesome. Somebody's speaking Korean. That's awesome. That's cool. And this is just radish, right? You put the whole radish. You notice the reddish green? Reddish green is actually very, very healthy for you. Great for cleansing your gut. A lot of fiber in it. If you have bowel movement problem, do me a favor. Eat some fiber. Look at your plate and do you have real fiber? If you don't, eat some fiber like this one. And do yourself a favor. But this one in the middle is mainly onion because that's what I had. So put as little or as much vegetable in that brine and let it sit at room temp for about, let's say, it depends on the weather. If the fermentation goes slower when the weather is colder. So at this time, because we're in fall here, maybe about 2-3 days and taste it. And when you reach the right amount of tanginess that you like, then stick it in the refrigerator and just enjoy it. And it's that simple. Does this help? Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Is there enough information for you, Ranji? Okay. You'll get along. Okay. Cool. All right. So that is. Does this sound easy enough for you? Making 10-minute water kimchi. Does it sound easy and accessible with using what you got? I mean, does anybody have onion into your fridge? I really hope so. Yes. All right. Cool. So it's okay. I cannot answer all your questions all at once, but I have a large Q&A section at the end. So all the questions you have, I'll answer them for you at least at the end. If I forget, remind me again at the end because I want you to make sure I want to honor your time that you're committed to your health, especially gut health. So I'm going to help you with your gut. So answer me at the end. I'll make sure I answer every one of your questions. All right. Cool. So that's easy. So it's a myth that you have to go drive 30 miles to K-Town, wherever it is, to get the right ingredients. There's no right ingredients. Right ingredients is what's readily available to is the right ingredients. But, well, you gotta still have the understanding of what's inflammatory and what's not, what's great for gut health. So I'm gonna go over that, go deep dive in that. If you're ready to go deep dive in it at the end, I'm gonna give you the option there. Okay. So, and another one. So here's another myth, carb myth. I was on it for a long time, and here's a danger of removing all the carb. You crave carb like crazy. I missed carbs so much because, man, I love carb. There are carbs that are very good for you, and I'm just gonna give you a very simple example. No vinegar, Deborah. That's the magic of lacto fermentation. Lacto converts sugars into lactic acid. That's how you get the wonderful tannins. Magic, right? That's why that's good for us. Cool. So you can answer me more questions at the end. So, all right. So here, let me show you just two easiest ingredient you can find that will satisfy your carb craving right away. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see this? I pulled out from my wine cellar, also known as pantry. All right. Jajan! Okay. What is it? Sweet potato from Trader Joe's. It's called Japanese sweet potato. I mean, it's actually Korean sweet potato because I'm Korean and biased. So it's purple, got purple skin outside like this and yellow inside. When you peel it, it's got this like nutty yellow thing inside. And when you steam these puppies, also simply follow the direction on the bag. That easy. Bake them. Boil them in the water until they get tender. You peel the little skin and you eat it. It's delicious. It's going to sacrifice your carb craving so much. And I actually have magic recipe that I turn it into like pizza dough, anti-inflammatory pizza dough, and what I call chuigui. So I got all kinds of creative ways to make this even more delicious. But just start with this, right? Tim, you almost got it. 6 cups of water, 6 teaspoons of salt and sugar. You did. I said 5 teaspoons of salt, 5 teaspoons of sugar. You almost got it. But the thing is, when you mix the brine, taste it. First golden rule of cooking: taste as you go. If the brine tastes right for you, salt to your palate, that's good. Then 6 teaspoons is right for you, that's right for you. So that's one. Does this seem easy to you? Who has Trader Joe's near you? Or eating Korean food? Okay, I'll go to this then. That's a wonderful question. I'm gonna answer your question at the end, but make sure you answer that again because I might be forgetting because I got a lot going on here. All right. So this? I've been seeing it at Ralph's too. It says like I think they call it Japanese sweet potato or something like that. But I've seen this over and over again. And sweet potato is easy to find. I've seen it at Ralph's and just regular grocery stores. I see more and more. Or if you don't want to even go that far, what else you got? All right. What is this one? Yam. Sweet potato. Anybody heard of it? Yam? Yes. Exactly, Renji. This is delicious. When you roast them in the oven with some cinnamon and spices and herbs, which is really great for your gut, that's great for you. If you don't want to even do it, boil them in the water. One of the most underutilized ancient secret cooking technique, steaming. Koreans do a lot of steaming. Very, very easy. So yeah, eat those. That's gonna be very, very good for you and very nourishing for your gut. Because when you eat kimchi, the probiotics are living things. You have to also feed what they like. And they like sugar. I'm not talking about refined sugar. Don't eat too much of that. That's trouble. But eating, like when you eat carbs like that, it breaks down to simple sugars and your probiotics will love it. So don't starve yourself from carbs if you're craving carbs. You just have to know what carbs to eat. If you don't like carbs, don't eat it. Everybody's different. So don't starve yourself from what you love to eat. Is this helpful to you? Like, does this seem easy enough? Like, approachable, not driving like 3 miles, not 3 miles, like 30 miles for 3 hours in next town to get these magical ingredients? Cool. All right. Thanks for yes. I received that. Thanks, Tens. That's awesome. Cool. All right. So here is what we're doing here. So when you're eating, so what's your next step? So what your next step should be? How many of you still are unsure what your next step is? How many of you still are unsure what's impacting your body anymore and you're just so frustrated? Yeah, Deborah, hi, Renji, I hear you. It's hard. I know most of you are very diligent and resourceful, and you try so hard. And I get so many emails from you. I read them. I just, I understand because I've been there. So your next best step. Let me show you your next best step. If you're stuck at what I call vicious cycle. So some of you are stuck in what I call vicious cycle because you're chronically inflamed. You have chronic inflammation in the body, and the things that you do because you don't exactly know what's impacting your body. And even though you try really hard, you're just stuck there. And that causes what? Pain in the body. And that's and your gut health, and when you're highly inflamed, it's devastating for your gut because it relates to immune system, because immune system is trying to protect you with these inflammatory chemicals. And what does inflammation look like? It's red, raw, swelling, uncomfortable, hurts. And that's what it feels like. That's what you feel like because you got so much inflammation in the body. um, so that's where you're at. If you're stuck in this vicious cycle, whether you're new to this gut health and anti-inflammatory eating, or whether you've tried all kinds of diet and you had some success, which is wonderful for you, but you're stuck with that just agonizing pain that your mobility is down. You can't even go for a walk that you enjoy. You can't dance anymore, and you basically your quality of life is just down the drain. Then here's your next best step. Okay, so let me. What I have for you is, if you wanna go deeper, if you liked what we've been sharing here together, I got Korean gut healing formula, very special offer for a limited time for you. Who is this for? It's for people who are very new to gut health. If you have no idea about this stomach thing, gut health, and anti-inflammatory food, and the connections between your chronic health issues, such as feeling bloated all the time, super high food allergies, anything that you eat that hurts you, well, that's a big sign of gut health problem. You can observe your nutrition very well, and even though you're eating a lot, your body's not observing it, and you lose your bowel movement. Your skin flare up is crazy, like I was. If you have severe back pain, you got heart problems, diabetic problems, any chronic illness that you have, that is related to chronic inflammation. So this is for you if you're very new to gut health and anti-inflammatory eating. Also, it's for you if you've tried so many diets and you had some success, but you're stuck. You're stuck that whatever you eat seems to hurt you now. You don't even know, even though you followed general guidelines of healthy eating, you followed these strict diets of keto, antihistamine, elimination diet. You tried all that, but now you can eat so little food that you cannot even socialize anymore. You're just lonely because it's impossible to socialize when you remove all this food and you just eat grass, right? So this is system is for you. This is formula that I've developed since 2015. Oh my God, Tessa, I hear you. 15 years, 16 years of eating. I had 30 years, terrible, but not anymore. So if you liked what you have done so far, we're gonna go deep dive into this area with Korean gut healing formula. So here's what you get. Let me show you the examples. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, let me share the screen here. Here's what you get. And you get the weekly recipe delivered in your inbox every week. So it'll be super simple and easy for you to cook these meals, and you have something to begin with, and you'll have the food chart, and so you know exactly what to eat and what to avoid. So they'll give you the foundation, and you'll have one-on-one access to me, and we'll have 4 weekly live group coaching calls, so you have personalized guidance from me, and much more. And there are a lot of lists here, so since you guys can read it, I wasn't going to go over it all. Okay, I'll go on. Randy says, please go on. Okay, so I'll go on. All right, let me see if I can read this for you. Okay, so here's who is this for? What kind of result are you expecting? If it's gonna work for you, it will work for you. Imagine you'll have less pain in the body, and you actually wake up feeling good. You feel actually great and feel energized after you eat, and that's the result you're gonna get. And you have more mobility, so you can get back to your active life, and you will reverse pre-diabetic, and your diabetic will improve. Because I've seen it on my mother, and I've seen on other people. How long will it take you to see the results? Well, it depends on the person. But for me, I saw the transformation of my skin just after a week. I see the difference. For my mother, I saw her energy just surge even after a week. So that's how powerful this is. And I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to go over all this list because there's just so much in there. And you're going to get much more than this. And this formula will give you, it's going to be very specific, be focused on, it'll be focused on food here, anti-inflammatory gut healing food, and also it'll provide a community. And I'll give you what I'm about to reveal in just in a bit in super secret segment of the hidden dangers, how to avoid hidden dangers. So this will be a formula. It's gonna take care of all that, not only food, but we'll be more specifically focused on food. That's why it's called formula. That's what this program formula is gonna give you. And registration is open now. If you're interested, if you want to go deep dive in it, here's the link. And it's very limited spot because it'll be highly interactive. I want to make sure the formula that Korean gut healing formula will hold your hand step by step and give you nitty-gritty guidance for individual need. So it's gonna be very limited spot and limited offer. And if you enroll now while we are during this masterclass, and I'm gonna give you a very special bonus. You're gonna have one-on-one 30-minute consultation with me right after that. So you can get your journey started right away. It'll be super fun and creative event that if you cannot even join, don't worry. For the weekly group consultation, don't worry, because you got covered. You're gonna get all the recordings without missing one thing. You're gonna get all the recordings, so you can do it at your own pace without feeling overwhelmed. And I'm gonna hold your hand all the way through it, step by step. And you're gonna get the distilled, proven formula that I've formulated over the course of 6 years of overcoming my own health problems. It takes experience to get to this point, to be confident. And it took me 3.5 years it takes experience to get confident of eating out without studying the menus like I'm getting a PhD, because I was really scared of everything. When my allergy got skyrocketed, food allergies got skyrocketed after eating anti-inflammatory food for 3 years, I was scared. because everything that I eat feels like if it's just inflammatory enough, I was so sick. I ate a cookie, I was in bed for 3 days. And I ate a piece of tomato, then I was walking with a limp. So I removed even gochugaru, Korean chili pepper, red pepper flakes for 3.5 years out of my life. And I ate customized kimchi to feed my body during that time, but not anymore. I'm going out to eat a couple of times a week and no worries. I'm just eating fish and chips when I want to eat it and don't have to worry about it. That's coming in the super secret segment. And I'm going to share all that with you so you can get confident. It takes experience that, if you feel what you gave me to read past, yeah. It takes experience to get to this point that you feel comfortable and confident and really like, yeah, I know what's causing inflammation in my body. So I know what to avoid, what to eat. And even if I eat some pizza, if inflammation goes a little bit up, not a big deal. I got many simple daily tools in my pocket that I can use and some super tea that I can drink and I'll be fine. Like, and I am. And that's how I have control back over my life and my body again. So this formula, if you want to go deeper into this, you're gonna get what I had, the distilled proven formula for you that I distilled past 6 years, overcoming my health problems, my mother's. And just don't trust my words. Go to YouTube and look at the comments and raving fans about just implementing some recipes and some of my health tips, just small snippets of it. So not even like one circle of it, because remember, it's a formula that just little snippets of that, like here, by implementing it, they're raving about, oh my God, my like itching is gone. That's how powerful you could be, how empowering you could be when you know the formula. You can actually turn on healthy genes and you can actually have your active life back again and have the vitality and the youthfulness that you're born with. So you can have fun, right? Life is to have fun, not suffering through. All right. So it's a very limited time offer and very limited space. So if you're interested, sign up now. If you enroll now, you got a special bonus just for you if you enroll now during this masterclass. So you might think, how much does this cost? All right, I'm getting to that. So I talked to one of my health and wellness students recently, and she was thrilled to find me because she was looking at a similar program that was $5,000, and she was thrilled to find me. And she was like, "Oh my God, you've been doing this since 2015? Yeah, I've been eating this way." I'm like, yeah, and she was just thrilled. So it's not 5,000, but average of going to integrative medicine doctors cost you about $3,000. I personally, in 2018, when I got so stuck in my health problems, I just got so sick, and I was so sick, too sick to work for 18 months, mostly laying on the couch because I was just exhausted when I walked from downstairs to upstairs, and I just mostly laid on the couch. And when I was stuck there, I went to see all kinds of doctors, both east and west. I got acupuncture. I went to see integrative medicine doctor. Just for 3 office visits, you know how much it costed me? $3,000 for 3 consultations. Did I get any results? Not really. But that's how much I spent just to see the doctor for 3 consultations. So here's the thing. What is your health worth to you? What is your health worth to you? In 2018, when I got so sick without lupus-like symptoms, without diagnosis, my blood work was perfect. After first 4 months of that, I was eating so clean. I don't even know what I ate. I literally removed everything that might cause inflammation because I was desperate. I was even stopped drinking. I stopped drinking for 4 months. I mean, longer than that. But 4 months, I didn't even have a sip of drinks. I used to be like a weekend binge drinker, like Friday night, have a little sip, or like end of the day, because I was just like, end of the day, I gotta have a little relief. I didn't have to because I was so tired, I felt like drunk. That's how sick was. I didn't even know I could not drink. And so I did that 4 months. And after 9 months of that, and without much progress, I'm still eating very clean. And I wasn't sure what's going on in my body. And one day my husband invited me to go to our upper hill, that we don't have stairs yet to go to the upper hill because that's not in our budget. So we have a rope there I could climb up. And my husband invited me. He wanted to go up there to the raised bed in the upper part of the yard to plant a pot. And I was like, okay. And I'm looking at the rope and I'm staring at it and not telling him, but I'm like, I don't know if I can climb up the rope. And I'm telling myself, I'm like, of course I can. I climb up the rope for past 9 months, I can. And I climb up the rope to accompany him, and I'm exhausted when I got up there. So I laid on the ground, falling asleep because I was just so tired. I just fell asleep. And I woke up, I don't know, maybe in 15, 20 minutes. And I woke up, opened my eyes, and I look at my husband. He's just happy planting the pot at the raised bed. And I cry, like, because I'm laying there just like, of course, because that's all I could do. He's just so happy to have me there. And that's the first time I thought, I'm worthy of getting better. I'm worthy of investing in myself to get better. This actually moved me to invest and find help for finding my mentor, Dr. Mario Martinez, 2 times New York Times bestseller author. And I actually got certified. I don't know if you can see it in the back. I actually got certified to teach you guys. I spent $8,000 to get certified so I can teach you the right science, the empowering science combined with my experience. Not just science, but combined with my experience, because I've been living it this way. So, what is your health worth to you? So, this offer is a crazy good deal. It's only at $497. $497. You never see the price this low before. I wanted to offer this to you because I know how much pain you're in. I know what it's like when you're afraid of everything you eat and how frustrated it is when you don't know what's impacting your body anymore. I do. That's how I reversed my mysterious lupus-like symptoms that had me bedridden for 18 months. That's why I'm here talking to you, doing a weekly live, giving a masterclass. So if you want to buy now, if you want to enroll in the class now, this will be a super interactive one-on-one and very tight-knitted group coaching. And you get the formula, Korean gut healing formula, that distilled the information, that step-by-step guidance that I'm going to provide you. It's not just random one food chart. It's going to be very personalized, because if you enroll now during this masterclass, I'm going to give you a very special bonus of hopping on one-on-one individual section, extra one right away. So you can start your gut healing journey, which means that you can reverse that chronic inflammation that just lowered you down, that your quality of life has just gone down. You're in so much pain. You can move around. You're worried about what you eat, and you feel so lonely because you have pain in this body that nobody really understands you. And you're so afraid of eating out because when you eat that, you'll be in bed. I mean, I was in bed for 3 days when I ate a cookie. I know that feeling. You feel very lonely and it restricts your social life. And how can you go to a party, right? Well, I'll teach you that too because you can. And you can even have cocktails. So I'm gonna teach you all the nitty-gritty part in the formula. So if you're ready now, join me. I'd love to see how you transform your health with Korean gut healing formula. All right. So this will be super interactive. Your input, your feedback, our coaching, your questions will be all part of the super fun creation. So it fits you like a glove. So this will be a super fun process, very creative, and we'll have a lot of fun together. And of course, just like anything else I offer, it's 100% guaranteed for any reason. If you don't like it, if it's not right for you, I'll give you full money back. Just email me. Within 30 days, just reach out to me and I'll just give you a full refund. No questions asked. That's how confident I am that this will start healing your gut. This is your golden opportunity. This will save you more than 6 years of your life because I was stuck there. All right. So if you're ready, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes and I'm going to give you a super secret segment. Who's ready for this? Say yes if you're ready. Say yes. Are you guys ready for super secret segment? No, you don't want it? All right. Thanks, Amin. Cool. Awesome. TM, that's awesome. Cool. All right. Super secret segment. Team, I'm so glad you're in. Welcome. Welcome. I can't wait to see your transformation. It'll be so much fun. We'll eat a lot of food together. All right. Cool. So, super secret segment. Okay. So, I told you after I was in anti-inflammatory diet for 3 years, I got so sick in 2018 that I was just stuck there with lupus-like symptoms for 18 months without much progress, with that super clean eating. Why is that? How does that make sense? All right, Chloe, yes, cool. I like that. Thank you. That's a pretty name, Chloe. All right. So you guys remember this, the golden circle of wellness, epigenetics? All right, we're back here. So what happened? Okay, so there's your genes. And as you already know, you can change the expression of your genes, turn the good genes on when you eat foods that heal your gut. And there's you there, and you're in the middle, and there's environment. You have so much enormous power, you have no idea. Okay, so what's that small squiggle around it? That's your perception. So what does that mean? Let me uncollapse that. Let me go into that. So the thing that I've seen a lot, that hidden danger of clean eating that no one talks about. That, well, I guess a few people, because my mentor, Dr. Mario Martinez, who's 2 times New York Times bestselling author, he talks about it. That's how I found out. And some of his colleagues, but other than that, I haven't heard it from anywhere else. That's why it's a formula, hidden danger. When you have that clean eating, you get such great results. You lose weight, your skin clears up, your back pain is gone, and your doctor say you're stuck there, you're pre-diabetic, you got gastritis, gone, right? It's so powerful that you start to understand and believing the power of food, right? But when you're doing hypervigilance, let's say you eat the most healthiest food, one of the most healthiest food. Okay, let's say it's kimchi because it's one of the global superfood. You eat customized kimchi that fits you, no one else that fits you, your current situation, that when you eat that, think about it. You eat the healthy food, but you are actually having an argument with your partner or your child through a tantrum, or you're arguing with your mom. What happens? Your gut just turns inside out, right? Upside down. You just feel sick, even though you ate the most healthiest food, right? Start getting it here. So that's the perception of your world. So it's all running in the background. It's not what you're thinking. You're not like, oh my God, I'm gonna get upset. Going to the fight or flight mode. When you go into fight or flight mode, your all the digestive juice goes somewhere else. And you're not thinking, it's all running in the background, right? That's why when you have the argument and eating kimchi, it just turns upside out. Your gut gets sick. So how do you work around that? It's something you can't control. But can you? Well, the thing is you can. How? Well, because that's very super fun. Because you all the sensory inputs are wired to your subconsciousness, right? So I'll give you one quick tip. I'll just give you an example. Okay, so one of my favorite things is having dinner ritual with my husband. I light the candles and I play a really nice calming songs, and I'm cooking but mindfully, and I'm smelling food, I'm being creative, I'm like transitioning and telling my body with all the sensory inputs, with the smell and senses and the light, that it's time to heal, time to receive this good nutrition. And my husband told me the other day it's one of his favorite time of the day. We actually have a little, we don't have religion, but we actually hold hands and just have a blessing, have a gratitude of the food that we eat. That's mindful eating. But it doesn't mean you have to close your eyes and like meditate for 1 hour. It's not like that. It can be as simple as the ritual of lighting the candle, taking the time for you, allow yourself to receive the food. What does that do? It changes your biology because your perception shifted right there. You change the environment. So your gut comes down and ready to absorb food. And this is one of the tools that I have developed and learned from my mentor, that it's actually this way you can actually calm your immune system down. And what does that mean? When your immune system is calm and strong, it doesn't overreact to food as much. That's why I'm eating chips and fish and chips with my husband. On Saturdays, I go to Maldives Seafood and have beer and fish and chips and don't even worry about it. That is the power. All right. So, oh, I'm cold. That's awesome. So thanks for hanging out here. And if you're ready to learn this Korean gut healing formula with me, and I'm gonna walk you through step by step. I'm gonna hold your hand, and it's gonna be very personalized formula for you. And here's the link. And when you enroll during this live event, I'm gonna give you a very special bonus of one-on-one session right away. So you can start your journey right off the bat. And you get instant access to what to eat, what to avoid, and 15 exact sample, quick and easy sample meal plans to inspire and to get you going. If you can't wait to start our first live session, if you miss live, no big deal, you get all the recordings. So the details are on the page enrollment page I gave you the link of. And there are a lot of bonuses I gave you, such as gut healing cocktails. Who likes to drink here? I love eating food. And this is not about deprivation. It'll be so simple and easy. And I'll give you how to make even the chocolate is great for you if it's white chocolate. I'm gonna give you all that in the bonus. So there's so much bonus there. Take a look at the enrollment page because there's so much. I don't remember, there's so much, but you're gonna get a lot. So if you're ready to go deeper and heal your gut and therefore get control over your health and your body and your life again. Join me. I'd love to have you. Okay, so that was a super secret segment. And now I'm going to answer all your questions. So ask any questions you got. I'm going to be here as long as you need me to be to answer all your questions, to honor your commitment, to spend some part of your Saturday with me. I know some of you are not even from the States. So you are spending your time investing in yourself. That's wonderful. You see the value in you. You are worthy. You're worthy of getting healthy. That's how we are born to be, born to thrive in this planet Earth. We are here, right? 150,000 years of Homo sapien. We are here and thriving, and that's what you're here for. You're not here to get by and feeling sick. You're here to thrive and being vital. That's where you're meant to be. That's why your genes are made to be. Okay, so let me let me go through questions. Let me go through questions again. Any questions so far? Let me read the chat box. So if I answer all your questions, if I haven't, I'm going to answer them for you. If you have passed a question, if I missed it, please ask again. Any question, no upper limit. Any question. So, which specific probiotics are in kimchi? Okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Okay, sorry, the app that I'm using is doing something a little weird, so it's get a little finicky here. And you really put user in the okay, Lindsay, for some reason it didn't. Sorry, for some reason it Enjanya. It's. Would you paste your question again? For some reason it blocked you. Oh, I got it. I got it now. I got you. Which specific probiotics are in kimchi, and are they right? Are the right ones for weight loss by chance? Yes. Kimchi probiotic. I'm so glad you asked the question. Great question. Enjanya. And Hoya. Space is not my strongest skill yet, so forgive me if I butchered your name. So great. That's a great question. Probiotic in kimchi is awesome for you. It's lactobacillus bacteria and other stuff that is often found in sauerkraut. So that lactobacillus bacteria turns sugars into lactic acid. And this symbiotic good for you gut health bacteria, some scientists even believe that it helps with cancer and it helps with your metabolism, and it's low in calorie, high in fiber. So that's natural. You eat this and you feel content. So you get satisfied. So you eat less of other junk. And that's one, and it's super delicious. So that's very, very good for your gut health bacteria. But here's a caveat to that. If you have highly inflammatory health issues, such as if you've been having weight issue, especially around belly for a long time, it's likely that your inflammation level is very high, then you might have to temporarily remove red pepper. So you might have to temporarily take out gochugaru, which is fine. Then you can make kimchi without gochugaru. I ate that way for a while because you don't have to really do it that way for a while. That's what I'm going to tell you in the formula but that's a general guideline. It's great for your weight loss, and it's when your gut health improves. That means your gut health, 80% of your immune system is located in your gut. So when your immune system is calm and strong, it doesn't overreact as much, meaning that it's going to shoot less of anti-inflammatory chemicals. It's going to shoot the inflammatory chemicals, fend off the bad guys when it's necessary. But it's not, you don't have chronic inflammation problem when your gut gets healthy with gut healing food. It will help you a lot with weight loss. Yeah, a lot. That is, when you go to the enrollment page that I sent you, You can, I think it's there. One of the, I believe John sent me an email that he had like obesity and he started eating kimchi and he didn't even try to lose weight and he was just shocked that he just lost weight. I think it was 40 pounds or something. I forgot the exact number. It's been a while, but it's that was amazing. And he thought, his belief was that microbiome balance in the gut really helped him. And I agree with him because it is one of the key components of gut health. You want the good guys because the good bacteria will protect you, even suppress the bad guys. So did that answer your question? So if you have more questions, ask me. Any relief for itching at night? Yep. Any relief for itching at night? You can Google my quick tip how to relieve itch at night. But this, I have to tell you, I have to give you a warning because I don't want to lead you to bad information. When you implement the quick tips that I give you, quick tips are great, but they're only quick tips. If you want to have long-lasting results, you have to treat the underlying causes. You have to look at why it keeps coming back. So you have to look at that and you do what's helpful, and they'll suppress the genes that might express disease. And as you eat healthful stuff and do healthy lifestyle changes, just like the simple tools I shared earlier in the super secret segment section, like healthy eating ritual, they'll actually turn the healthy genes on. When you do that, you get healthier because it's like seesaw, right? Like you get healthier and your disease genes will subside. So that's how it works. That makes sense to you, TM? Okay. And after getting 6 cups of water with salt and sugar, do I need to boil them or just leave them converted for 3 days? No, you don't need to boil them. There's no boiling because it's lactobacilli fermentation. The lactic fermentation is, you don't boil, you don't want to kill them, so you don't have to boil it. I mean, you can, if you are worried about the sanitizing the container, you can boil the container, but it's really not necessary. It doesn't give you any benefit. Just having a clean container will do it because lactobacilli is very resilient and the probiotic is very strong. And they've been having the symbiotic relationship with us for thousands of years and they're very resilient and strong. So you don't have to boil if that's you're worrying about boiling. There's no boiling. It's raw food, and you can cover it. Yeah, just put the lid on for cover it for 3 days, and it could be 3 days, 4 days. It depends on because the fermentation process goes faster and slower depending on the temperature. So if temperature is high, fermentation goes faster. Temperature is low, fermentation goes slower. So you have to taste it. So when it reached a place where you like the tanginess of it, because that probiotic turned, that lactose turned sugar into lactic acid, when you reach that right tanginess for you, that's where you can put it in the refrigerator. So that answer your question, Tessa? All right. Anjanya? Hoya. Anjanya? Is that right? Hoya. Maybe I said it right. Maybe I did it better. Hopefully I did. I really hope so. All right, no cooking. You got it. Pass on no cooking. Okay. And Hoya. I know certain fibers feed the microbiome, which also helps. Yep, that's very good. Fiber is very important. A lot of you have sent me questions about, okay, I got bowel movement problems, loose stools, or constipation, right? So here's the thing. It's an active balance. That moderation is such an important part of it. So how do you moderate? Your body gives you feedback, right? If you have loose stool, maybe you're eating too much kimchi. That could be a clue. If you have constipation, you may not be eating enough kimchi or fiber. Well, yeah, all right. Are you getting it? All right. So I know certain, okay. So hopefully that helps. I know certain fibers. Okay, that was and Hoyas question and Ranji's question. One thing I include, guys, that's my advice. Drink Ashawari juice, which is king of juices, alkaline. Cool. Cool. That's a great feedback. That's awesome. If it works for you, that's awesome, Ranji. That's great. God is mainly the second brain. Yeah, I love the name, don't you? God is the second brain. They also call it the body ecology because we are like a tiny little universe. There are all the things living in you. So we have more cells of these living things in and on us than our cell counts. Crazy, right? That's how powerful they are. I went to the Natural Food Expo. I was invited as a social influencer like 5 years ago. I went there and I attended this French guy's presentation about probiotic. And this is what he said. He said, we are just starting to understand, just having a little sneak peek, just licking the surface of it, just starting it. So that's where the science is. But our body knows because we've been having the symbiotic relationship with them for thousands and thousands of years. So that's how beautiful and powerful they can be. Yep, I love that name, second brain. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, so, and oh yeah, it makes sense. Awesome. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad that was helpful to you. Okay, Randy really love that juice. Maybe I'll try that. Sugar juice. All right, that's cool. Okay, Tessa, thank you. Thanks for joining. And my pleasure to help you. Ranji, very good experience. That's awesome. Broccoli is important for your intestine, good for bacteria, but in moderation. Very nice, Ranji. Very nice. Some vegetables you can't really eat as much as you want. That like broccoli, I believe it's one of them. It's just the obsession will be that's a hidden danger. That's where people get stuck a lot. So look at it this way. If you're stuck in your so-called healthy diet, that you're getting sicker and sicker again, then that's something, please, something to really consider. It's for you that I'm gonna stop there. Okay, I'm going too deep. Okay, let me just answer back your question. Okay, has inner healing power. We must support the body, providing good healthier nutrition in life. Yep, you're right, Renji. Right on, right on. Yep, and food is, remember, food is only one part of it. You gotta have a formula. You gotta have it in a certain way that it supports you. You gotta do it in a specific way. Otherwise, you get some results and you can get stuck there again. And when you're stuck for a long time, you can see chronic inflammation is really deadly. The next thing you know, you're doing hip replacement because, well, it depends on your genetic propensity, but it can really, really hurt you. So, okay, TM, do you recommend any probiotic supplements? I actually don't. If supplements is right for you, that's wonderful. If that something works for you, that's great. Have some. I used to, when I started anti-inflammatory diet in 2015, and when I got, and until 2017, when I got so sick, I just had where was I? I'm answering your question. Okay, I had a lot of expensive probiotics and very expensive supplements because good supplements like cost you a couple of $100 a month, and I had that because I saw the value in it. But in 2018, when I got lupus-like symptoms for 18 months without diagnosis, the mysterious illness, I learned that it wasn't helping because it didn't move the needle at all. So that's when I quit all my supplements, and I have not been eating supplements since 2018. And where are we now? 2021, right? Almost end of 2021. Look at me. Like I'm feeling great. Like my mother is great. So it's long lasting. When you have this information, when you look at people, follow people who's been doing it for a long time and who got the long lasting results. You cannot rely on results that's just like 1 year old, 2 year old, or 3 months. You need a prolonged experience. So make sure you get information from people who have the experience, like me, that who have 6 years, 4 years, 5 years prolonged experience, and their health is continue to improve. Even if they had a hiccup, like I did, I was stuck with lupus like mysterious illness. So make sure of that. You know who's best at it? Look at my mentor, Dr. Mario Martinez. That Dr. Mario Martinez, he's 2 times New York Times bestseller author. He studied healthy centenarians, meaning people who are older than 100 years old, all over the world. This is where he's been teaching this for past 4 years. That he got this theory from people who's been living healthy over 100 years. They're so healthy that they ride horses. Like these are young people at their 100 years old. So this is where I learned from. So look at Mario Martinez to see what he has to teach. So don't fall for, oh, I did for 3 months. That's not enough. You need longer, clinically proven science behind it. That's too short. So don't go for big quick fix and look for people like me. If you're going with me, I'm thrilled because I've been doing this. I've been living this way and I've been doing this for 2015. But if you want to look around, go find people who have prolonged experience. Not only theory, but experience. It's very important because unless you experience it, you just don't know. You just don't know. How would you know? All right, so there's more question here. Your leaf foods are full of nutrition. Yeah, I love Renji. Renji, you're awesome. You keep my sidekick. Your body and mind cells want to smile. Yep, there you go. Oh, I love that. That's epigenetics right there, Renji. Brilliant. That is it. Your genes are not fixed. Your DNA is fixed because if you got human DNA, you become human, right? You got gopher DNA, you become gopher. But genes, expression of your genes are not fixed. It's like just like your face. When you feed something good, got the healthy rituals going, then it smiles at you, meaning you become really healthy. When you put all the junk in your body, processed food, farm factory, meat, and GMO corns, GMO wheat, then what happens? Your body hasn't seen this before. Your genes frown. And what does it feel like? Because your inflammation just goes up, you get a super hyper allergy reaction. And your body is inflamed all the time. Your heart is suffering. Your joint is suffering. Your skin looks suffering. You just look older because your body is going through a lot. That's just that simple. All right. Do you agree with tomatoes being an anti-inflammatory food, son? I find this. Yep, that's the part I'm going to teach you. This is the tricky part. This is a part, if you haven't experienced it personally, I don't think it's impossible to teach. I experienced it. I ate after doing anti-inflammatory diet for just 2 years, my food allergy got skyrocketed that I reintroduced a piece of tomato. I was walking with a limp. So I didn't eat tomato. It scared me because I got so sick. And it felt like someone just picked me up and twisted me. My gut was just wrenching after I ate a piece of tomato. That's how painful it was. So I stopped eating. It scared me. And that's why I went out to dine out. I was reading the menu like I'm getting a PhD. Man, that was tiring. God, I know if you're stuck there, I know how you feel. Like it's hard. You feel lonely, and you go to a party and people are eating all this stuff, and you want to eat it, but you know if you eat it, you'll be in bed for 3 days, and people are asking like, why don't you eat it? Nobody wants to be standing out like. I'm like, when I eat this, I'm sick. I don't want to be seen that way, and I'm embarrassed. I was embarrassed, and it was super hard to go to the party, and you lose your friends because they're like, why are you not eating it? And how do you explain that? That how I'm in bed for 3 days if I eat it? Like, unless you experience this, you just don't know. But I'm eating tomatoes again because I love them. Do I eat every day? No. But I eat them maybe like, I don't know, once or twice a week, whenever I feel like it, especially if it's in season. I eat the good ones. Those heirloom tomatoes. Ooh, that's really good because I love food. So I'm gonna teach you all that in Korean gut healing formula. All right, so let me taste it one more time here. Okay, any more question? There's more. So I do agree with tomatoes, but only in a portion. There's that there's a hidden danger. And I see this so much. That's why I keep talking about it. That without understanding the hidden danger and implementing these healthy rituals, you are setting up yourself for a fail in the long run. I cannot emphasize that enough because I just personally have a friend who started this journey with me in 2015. And we met in a group because, well, we could eat only so many little things, right? So many things are just off the chart. And she just got hip replacement. Why? Because she had great results and she was thriving. Then it went back because her inflammation is coming up again. Why? Because the problem, long-lasting problem, is not going to be solved. The long-lasting result is not gonna come until you have the formula. It's a holistic picture. You cannot just eat one thing and expecting a long-lasting result. That might be a quick fix. Could be 3 months, could be 2 years, but I guarantee you're gonna hit the wall like me that had lupus-like illness for a year and a half and bedridden, and that's how bad it could be. I just have to warn you. I mean, my mom is super lucky because I've been teaching all this, so she doesn't have to suffer like I have. But it takes experience. It takes experience to know that, and it takes experience to walk you through that because there are hidden dangers. And my husband started watching baseball, and I'm looking at it. This world best class hitters, right? They hit, and some days they hit home runs left and right. Some days they don't. Your gut healing journey will be like that. It's not, you're not a machine. You're not gonna get a linear improvement. It's gonna be up and up, but there'll be some downs there, small downs. But overall, it'll be up like that, right? And you'll need someone to hold your hand when you get down there. And I had my hand held by 2 times New York Times best-selling author, Dr. Mario Martinez. That's how I ended up spending $8,000 with him. Was it worth it? Yes, because I got my life back. My husband has his wife back, and my mother got her daughter back, and I have my life back. So it's worth it. It's worth every penny. So I don't know what your health worth to you. Hopefully more than $497. I really hope so. But I'll leave it at that. Okay, more question. One more add-on advice. Do you have some 45-minute yoga meditation to heal skin conditions? It really cures. That's very good, Ranji. You're very aware. That is very good. Meditation. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper because Ranji, you're super educated, and I want to really honor your commitment here. So here's the thing. Breathe. I talked about subconscious mind and conscious mind. It has to work all together because what's in the brain has to go into the body. Your brain and gut always talk. That's why it's called, gut is called second gut, right? So breathing is one of the technique daily ritual you can use that just by breathing, it's like a bridge between mind and body. If you tell yourself to relax, more neurons go in there that you actually get more tensed. But when you just drop down and breathe, this sends a signal to your body to calm down. Therefore, you can calm down your immune system. That's the one ritual that I use. You can look it on YouTube. That I put that. Somebody asked about how to stop itching at night. That's one quick tip that I shared that people are raving about. The people who had eczema, they got rashes from surgery, like they're raving about it. And I use that a lot actually. I use that not as much anymore, but I used to use it like a couple of times a day. Not as much anymore because my gut is so stronger now. All right. Okay, so Ranji, you're right on the money. Very nice. I like you. Don't use chemicals. So that's nice too, Renji. That's, yeah, more toxins get out of your system, more less inflammation you have, because we can. But remember, we have ability to detox. You don't want to live in sterilized life all the time. That is great if you're a bubble boy. If you live in a bubble, that is fantastic. But if you want to live out there having fun, socializing with your friends, that's not going to get you very far. The idea is having gut health strong, meaning strong immune system. So if there's a threat coming, pathogen coming, it can bend it up. No big deal. You get cold, you get sick for a few days, that's it. You get cold once a year, maybe probably less than that. That's it. Your immune system is strong. My mother had COVID. She's fine. She had it last year actually, and she was actually in the special hospital. And yeah, she was sick and she was in the hospital, but she recovered just fine. She's old lady, right? Well, she's actually very youthful. She's a young old lady that she had COVID, not a problem because her immune system is strong. That's why she took her friends to to a pizza place to have a birthday party this year to celebrate her birthday. So that's why she doesn't want to hang out with older folks, like, because they don't have energy, they're not fun. Like, so that's the power of gut health. So that's very good. But that is a good point. The more you can take out, that's good. But if you use some chemicals, so not a big deal. You use it once in a while, not a big deal. Okay, I know this much because I'm a certified. Oh, that makes sense. That's why you're so very nice. Pleasure. That's very nice, Renji. You know a lot. That's very, very good. The more we know, the more we have the awareness, and the more we implement to heal our gut. You heal your gut, you eat delicious food, you heal the things around you. It really is. My husband just told me yesterday that we were invited to a pool party in Glendale, and he said it's the first time he's excited to go to a pool party in his life. He used to be quite heavier. I think he lost like, I don't know, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. Like so think about that. It's the first time he's proud to take his clothes off and jump into the pool and have fun with his friends. He's confident. Like, that is the change that you'll have in your life when you implement Korean gut health formula. But it has to be formula. To get the long-lasting result, you need a proven system. All right. Moderation is the key. Very nice, Randy. You're a quick learner. I like that. If life closes one door, it opens two. Life is a big lesson. Injury, sickness. Yeah. There you go. It comes like, yeah. I have to give you caveat for that. You don't want to enjoy your sickness. You don't want to train yourself to enjoy sick. You know how some people, I'm going to go back here because community is very important. You want to hang out with people who are health conscious, not disease conscious. I've met many people that they're just excited to have the hip replacement. Oh my God, I got knee replacement. They're just so excited, like they're going to Hawaii doing surfing, right? You don't want to hang out with those people because your genes always listening to you. It'll change the expression of your genes. You don't want to enjoy your sickness. You want to find out the missing link that I'm going to show you in Korean gut healing formula. You want to find the missing link. Why is giving me the result now? What's not working here? Because there's a pattern there. So you want to find the pattern. You don't want to enjoy the sickness. That's a myth. That's what I learned from my mentor. I like it too because you get out of your disease, not helping. Thank you, Renzi. I received that. I'm very honored. I'm very honored to help such wonderful people like you. I'm very honored to share my stories with you, loving people. I know you guys are empowering helpers. I know you guys are resourceful. You guys don't sit there and you know there's something else that you trust your gut. You know there's something else you can do. And there are a lot of things you can do to get your vitality again. Okay, injury, sickness means that. All right. I think that's kind of wrapping it up. Oh my God, we know about 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's a record. My voice is going. So I'm gonna shut it, and I'm gonna have a healing time of my beautiful lunch together with my loving husband. And thank you for showing up and honoring yourself and honoring your body and honoring your gut by showing up at this. And I'll see you very soon.